Jerry Mason, Kickin Lawyer. Thought we'd talk a little bit about social capital. I want to say I did a video on that a couple of weeks ago, but I thought I've had some new developments that I think make it at least relevant for me to talk about more recently. So anyway, so you go to law school, and a lot of people I think hire lawyers based on like accolades in school, like professional accolades, professional certifications. And I personally used to think that was a huge factor in people even hiring me, right? So I'd go to this school and that school and get certified in this and all this, and it does have value. So I'm not trying to say that it doesn't. But one thing that I think is underestimated a lot is the social currency or social capital value that a lawyer has. And the first way I think that's relevant, and I've mentioned this before, is if you're considering hiring an attorney, I highly recommend you hire a local lawyer. Now the reason is local lawyers know locally in that court how things function. They know who the players are. It's almost like a home court advantage. Now typically, you do have some local lawyers that it may even be a detriment because the local players know them, and maybe that lawyer doesn't understand exactly how social capital works, and it can be a negative. And so here's what I mean. I may know like a specific prosecutor that I'm facing's likes and dislikes, and it literally have nothing to do with the strengths or weaknesses of the case, but my ability to know they had a good night the night before, or they are having trouble at home, or they like dogs and I bring Perry Mason, or whatever, some factor that has zero to do with legal skill or legal knowledge. It's more understanding the social currency of that environment. And then the more you interact with those people and the more they come to respect you and sort of know your own character, that also is a form of social capital that can help get certain outcomes. And that circles back to something I mentioned before, where you want a lawyer not only that's local, but that's willing to go to trial. These local prosecutors, if they know you and know that you're willing to go to trial, even if it's a loss, but you force them to do the legwork to get prepared for trial, they know that that is a lawyer that's serious and that they may have to, that's formidable, and they have to actually face in our form of combat, right? And so it's just, again, how social currency, I think, is important. So anyway, if you're considering hiring an attorney, I think those are things that you need to weigh even more than professional accolades.